Well, welcome everybody to Breakfast Takes. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad, and with me I got this guy right here. We woke up way too early today to talk some sports, some North Carolina, South Carolina sports. This is what we will always do on Monday mornings. All right, so just so you know, all right, Breakfast Takes it will be just Carolina, South Carolina specific sports, guys. So just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware. Okay, are we going to touch a little bit on the major sports? Obviously, because it intertwines with everything that we talk about as far as, like, for example, the NFL, right? If we talk about the Carolina Panthers, which, by the way, great win. Like,
Yep.
you're supposed to win those games. If you're that bad, you're supposed to win those games. So we get those. Okay, so just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. But yeah, we will talk anything and everything that it is Carolina specific, and I say Carolina to include both the Carolina. So I think it's the best way to do it, right? Just to say Carolina, and then we cover everything that's on both of them. What do you
Exactly.
think?
Yep. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning, everybody.
Woke up to great weather.
Oh man,
This
it's so
weather
nice out.
sucks. No, no, it does not.
Oh, it's not. Oh, you got bad weather up there.
Dude, it is 49 degrees right now.
Oh well, there's nothing wrong with that as long as it's clear. It's not rainy and nasty and all that.
Whoa.
Cold is it's 51 here. So,
No, 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 no. I'm sorry. Nope, nope. I
but
can't
it's
do
going to
that.
get up into the 70s, which is starting to be nice during the day.
See, that I don't mind. I think it's good.
You
Like,
came from Cleveland. How could 40 something be a
I hate.
problem for you? You
Why do you
probably
think?
like that was used to be a high for you, and you're probably like, thank God it's 40 something.
That's the whole point. I'm no longer in Cleveland. I'm in the Carolinas, and I like hot weather. Okay. Oh, we did have
I
this
don't blame you.
conversation. Darla and I, we did have Darla, by the way, is the CFO of Data Industries, the wife. We had this conversation that honestly, fall in the Carolinas is, I think, is turning to be one of our favorite weathers. Uh,
Oh yeah.
here, like, for as far as, like, seasons, because in the mornings you get to wear a hoodie,
Mhm.
and then by the afternoon it's already in the 70s, and it is perfect weather here. So I'll say that I do like that. I do not mind that at all.
But your body's already adjusted to where 40 is now cold for you, not
No, it's not cold. My body still knows already still.
okay.
I just don't like it. I prefer it to
Yeah,
be warmer. But I'm a fan of hoodies and shorts, so it's not
right.
really that bad. I have way too many hoodies. I did get rid of some last night. We were doing some laundry, the wife and and then I was like, "Oh man, I got to get rid of some of these hoodies."
Oh, man. Yeah, I pack up my hoodies into some storage tubs during the winter. Like, once it starts, like, getting to where it's too warm, which gets here fast, but, like, May,
Yeah,
I usually will pack them up, take them over, and just put them in storage out of the way till it gets cold again. And so I had to go over there the other day. Well, probably earlier this past week.
yeah.
I've got like 4 huge tubs of hoodies. I didn't realize there was so many. I was like, dang, I got a lot of hoodies.
Same here, dude. And I listen. This is
And I'll
the
pack away like all of my like swimsuits and all stuff that
so
it's like
you just
summer
do a
wear.
swap.
I'll also do a swap out on that and stuff because I normally wouldn't do that, but we're trying to get the house cleaned out. Maybe try to get it sold sometime in the near future,
Are you trying to
possibly.
move up to North Carolina? Good for you.
No, no, no. We're staying in the South Carolina. I like the southern part of the Carolina.
I hear North Carolina, Raleigh is a great area.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So just saying. Okay, Mrs. Mayor, just saying.
Yeah. I gave
I'm,
Georgia a try a few years ago, or 20 something years ago for 3 years. And that was nice in Athens. But yeah, I had
yeah,
to
like,
get back to the Carolinas.
no, I get it. Like, I mean, for us, we were in Cleveland for too long, and then it was just time for us to say, you know what, time to say goodbye, and we came down here, and best decision we made, dude.
Right.
And so, but dude, you know how many hoodies I got? I got too many.
Oh, I
I,
know.
I
Just
do.
like hats and other things.
Oh my god, my one closet is nothing but hoodies and hats on the bottom. I got two full tubs full of hats. Obviously, because I have well over 700 hats, and at the top is my t-shirts, and then I have to go through that. I don't know what happened to me. I think it's because I'm getting old already. I'm old, but I'm no longer large.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I need to get rid of some shirts. Let's just say that. Although they have a lot of them has shrunk, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm like, it's not time. They fit my wife, and my wife is like this small. Like
yeah. It's
she's
it's
the
tough
size
to
of a
get rid of
peanut,
stuff too, though.
right?
Especially if it's got a cool logo or something. You're like, oh man, I really don't want to get rid of this.
That's exactly what it is.
I still
That's
have a few shirts from high school and college that obviously I'm not going to fit into anymore. They're probably mediums or larges, and I just can't get rid of them though. They're like sentimental value on them is crazy. So
yep.
I got one little stack about this high in the closet with just a few shirts and stuff from there.
Knowing we're not gonna
Yeah.
ever get you put him back on, knowing.
Yeah, I know Rhonda had talked about taking and getting a quilt made out of a lot of the t-shirts, and
Oh, that'll be cool.
and it's like, you know what, I should probably just go ahead and do that and be done with it. So that might be
See,
something to do.
that is cool. I like that idea, having
Yeah,
them to be put into a quilt. That'd be kind of cool to see,
yeah,
because then you'll be able to use it during the winter.
exactly.
So
Always use another quilt or another blanket. As we get older, we need more blankets. I get it now. It's like you're a kid. You're like, why does Grandma and Grandpa have so many damn blankets? Like, okay, now I'm getting it.
we get it. I get it. I know. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
And the older I
So
get, I understand why they were grumpier too.
that's
Things
what.
bother you a lot more.
It's funny you say that, right? Because I did put it on a thread the other day because I made a video of like, you know, a car that was just too loud,
Oh
right?
gosh, there was a truck yesterday on the interstate when I was coming home from the fair, and it was like this big old truck, and he just like gunned it beside me. I'm like, dude, really?
I
It's
think we
so
should
loud.
let's start with our breakfast take. Like our take is there are some cars that should not be this loud, right? Like I mean,
Right.
there's a level of loud where you're like, all right, this sounds amazing, it's great,
Yeah.
right? And and I love it. I have no issues with like I mean, but then there's these cars that like they're just obnoxiously loud and they do it on purpose, and
Yeah.
that is what makes me mad right there.
Yeah. Especially a car that has a sound that doesn't fit the car. That's the one that gets me. It's like you've adjusted it to where that car shouldn't sound like that. Whatever you've done to it, you've messed it up.
110% I agree with you there. 110 was like, see, you just ruined this car. That again, this is the part where it's like, all right, we're probably getting too old for this. But like
Yeah.
when you see the trucks instead of being like this, they're like
Oh
this.
yeah. Yeah.
That annoys me.
I mean, they had to make a law that you couldn't do that. I mean, you've messed up when you're doing something, and they had to make a law where you have to you can't be more than like so many inches drop down or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Mayor Hudson Cities are taking over. Mrs.
okay, she
Mayor,
woke up.
Mrs. Mayor, I am sorry. I It's the same here at the house.
You,
Let's see.
you know what? Ed? You know you've got a hat problem when you go to the hockey game on Friday and you go buy a hat to support Greasy Keys, and you come back and it's not your wife that makes the comment about, oh my god, he bought another hat. It's the friends you're with. They're like, oh my god, he bought another hat. I'm like, I had to support Greasy Keys, and she's like, who's going to support us? And
I,
I'll admit, I got a little huffy with her, and I shouldn't have. So I apologized to her a little bit later. I was like,
I
oh,
was
I'm
like,
sorry. I shouldn't have got huffy with you about complaining about my hats because I do have a problem with hats.
I actually have slowed down on buying the hats because I love hats just like you. I love obviously my dad hats and everything, but I haven't bought a hat just because of the same situation in which that like I've been told already that I have too many, right?
Hmm.
And the other day walking through the house and I'm like, oh, there's a stack right there. Oh, there's a stack right there. So I've had to, all right. I'm like, okay, all right. So I haven't done the wheel of death hats in a while. I haven't done the mystery hat in a while just
Yeah.
because I'm trying to slow down as well. I have a lot of
And
hats.
I have done the same thing. I've really cut way back. I think the only thing I've really actually bought since the off season, other than the Fireflies hats, I bought those two official league hats because
Yeah.
those were fire.
Those were nice, dude. Those were, yeah.
But ordering outside of my local teams, I ordered the Moon Mammoth hat because I was like, you know what, I need to go ahead and get that because that was
I
kind of
have
cool,
that one.
and that's probably the only one I'll buy from somebody like that. And I've tried to really, really cut down on buying hats from teams that are not around here.
Yeah.
And you know, I didn't need to buy the hat. I really bought it to support Jason because Greasy Keys is, I got to support my bud.
Yeah, no, I
And
get that.
he had a new cool logo, and I went over there, and I should have worn it this morning. I'll wear it next Monday morning. But he had a new crossed hockey sticks with a puck logo and his Greasy Keys on it, and that they had one that was like a red front. All of his hats are trucker, so it was red front but black mesh, which is kind of cool because you don't normally see black mesh trucker.
Yeah, no.
And I was like, dang, that's pretty cool. And he had one that was like a white front panel with black mesh and two other. It was like four color schemes. I was like, man, that red front one's nice. And he's like, yeah. He's like, that you getting a custom one there. He said, my buddy that was making these, I didn't even ask for the red black, and he made me a handful of those. He's like, so I just randomly got some of those, and he's like, those are probably the only ones you're gonna have like that. I'm like,
Oh,
sweet.
okay.
All right, a little limited edition basically here. So,
So that's at that point, that made it even more,
oh yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I definitely
Well,
gotta get that now."
and Jason only, I mean, it's $20. So, I mean, yeah, it's 20
Yeah,
bucks for Jason. So,
and you're supporting Greasy Keys, right? Like, I mean, that's the whole
exactly.
point. You're supporting that part at that, so I don't mind that at all. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, I've slowed down on hats. I hate to do it, right? Because it's like we both love hats, but like it gets to the point where you're like, I already have something like that,
Yeah.
like I already I do.
I did that with the Panthers hat. I went, I go through Ross every once in a while, just kind of see what they've
So do
got.
I. Yeah.
And I was in Ross down in Aiken last week. I did get a Clemson hat, I will say that, but it was kind of a cool little Clemson hat that they had for like 14 bucks or something. But they
Yeah.
had a bunch of different. There was like 8 different Clemson hats they had at TJ Maxx. But at Ross, I walked over there and they had a 940 Yankees hat, which was Velcro back, and they had a 940 Panthers hat. And they look like a lot of the Panthers and Yankees hats. I mean, hell, all the Yankees hats look the same, navy
Yeah,
blue,
every
white, and
single
white.
Yankee hat
Yeah,
looked the
I'm
same.
like, it's like $15 or something like that, and I'm like, you know what? Normally it would be like a $30 hat. I don't need another Panthers or Yankees hat that looks the same as all the other Panthers and Yankees hats.
And that's what it is with me now. It's like, like it looks the same. Like it
Yeah,
just
if it's a unique look or something different or something kind of out there, okay, that's one thing. But the plain old same old, no.
right. And then to me, like as long as for as far as like the Panthers is concerned, it's like it has to have a certain logo. That's the one I like. And we've
Yeah,
talked about this. As a matter of fact, I had a brought up the hat, so I would show you if it has this logo on there,
yeah,
then
that's
I'm
so
getting
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Right. Like but otherwise I don't I'm not in them. Like I'm good. I'll
Well,
pass.
and the Panthers are kind of like a lot of well, there's some teams that constantly have new styles that are different and cool. But
Mhm.
the Panthers are like the Yankees sometimes. So many of their hats are just the same. They're just black with the standard logo on the front, or they're the Carolina blue with the logo.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's not a lot of variety with that logo.
correct.
I mean, they've been around. Damn, they've been around 30 years now,
God,
and
has it been that old? That
yeah,
long?
they don't have any uniqueness to their logo. You can find some of these teams that have like throwback logos or just alternates or something. They don't
Yeah.
have any differentiation to their logo.
And that's my whole thing. Like this is why I got excited when the Panthers started using the black helmets a lot more.
Oh, those so good. Yeah,
Right, exactly. And so I was like, all right, so I like that. Like, I mean, I like a little bit different of when it comes to like, cause and I know we differ on this, but like, I'm not a fan of the silver anymore.
oh,
I
I'm
think
not either. I'm not either.
I think it's time for an update on the logo and branding of the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
Like, give me that Carolina blue, all blue uniform with the black helmet. I
yeah,
was like, hell yeah, that's nice. The
yeah.
silver, I can deal without it anymore. I'm so out of it or
And
done.
see, I'd love to see them do another alternate, which would be all white uniform with a blue helmet.
Oh, okay, Carolina blue.
Yeah, do the blue helmet with the logo in black on that
See,
as an
that's what I'm
alternate.
saying.
That
Is
would be
like
kind of cool too.
I wish they would put this logo as their main one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? but that's just me, right? I mean,
Right.
we both look at branding constantly. For how long now we've been doing this, we're always looking at any kind of sort of branding when it comes to minor league baseball specifically, but now we're more into all sports, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, "Oh man, I need something a little bit different when it comes to the Carolina Panthers." We both root for them.
Yeah.
Um, they are not my main team, and I'll say that. Okay, so caveat, the Carolina Panthers is not my main team. Unfortunately, it's a team that is a whole lot worse than the Carolina Panthers. So there's that. Okay, so just uh, growing up in Ohio, that's how
Yep.
that's how it goes. So, but
Well,
speaking of
I was gonna say, speaking of the Carolina Panthers,
right. Can you believe they're second in their division right now?
I know they're doing way better than I expected, but they're at least doing what I would hope they would have done.
Correct. So, if you guys didn't know, if you guys been living on the rock, just like my friend the mayor, because he didn't get to watch the NFL game last night, Carolina Panthers beat the New York Jets 13-6, and you're supposed to win these games, right? When the New
Yeah.
York Jets are this bad of a team, you're supposed to win these games. And listen, is will we take the win? Absolutely, we're going to take the win. Um, and
Should have
so
scored more points, but
should have absolutely. So I'll go over a couple of things here because I was looking at it and Bryce Young actually because you told me that he got injured because I was like I walked away for a little bit because I had to take my daughter to the park so she can play, so I wasn't watching most of it. But like Bryce Young, 138 yards, he went 50 for 25, one touchdown, and even Tyrod Taylor was 126, and he came in later on. So that goes
yeah.
to show you we both know that we're not really fans of Bryce Young. You know,
Hmm.
it's he's just managing. So Dowdle had 79 rushing yards, 17 carries. Leggett, wide receiver, 92 yards, 9 receptions for one touchdown. So I mean, that's not bad, right? Like I mean,
No.
they did the handle thing. So here's some of the things where some of the team stats. Okay, check this out. Total yards, 302 for Carolina, 220 for the New York Jets. 17 first downs. So Carolina dominated that. Here's a little stats that the New York Jets dominated turnover rate. So they had two turnovers compared to, and I like to see this, no turnovers by the Panthers.
Yeah.
That's
And I think
amazing.
that's the difference in the game right there because um, defense got 6 sacks. I mean, our the Jets got 6 sacks, so that shut us down at times.
Correct.
Um, but despite that, we didn't turn the ball over, which helped. So
Oh, this is a good question, by the way. Let's go back really quick here. Let's put a pause here on this because
okay,
Phil and Fitteds, what's up, Phil? Got a great question here because we were talking about earlier about hats, right? We don't buy hats and things like that as much as we used to.
right.
But he says, what about side patches? Does that motivate you to buy the hat? Uh, and to me, to be honest with you, I'm not really into the side patches.
Um, it
It has to be
depends.
like a special one.
I don't specifically buy a hat for the side patch. I will shy away from a hat because of the side patch, depending on what the side patch is and what the
Yeah.
hat looks like and what it's like. I've bought a couple of Yankees hats in recent years because they had the 1996 World Series side patch, and
Yeah.
I went to that World Series. I've
So
actually got
that's
a
why you
couple.
would buy that.
Right, I went to Game 3 in Atlanta of that, and so anything with the '96 World Series logo, because I was there and the Yankees won that World Series. If they'd have lost that World Series, I probably wouldn't have even bought the hat because of
Right.
the patch.
Exactly.
But I went to a game that year and they won it. So, and I've got 2 or 3 hats that are from that era that are Yankees hats.
Mhm.
I bought at the game. I bought a couple of them actually from a street vendor outside Fulton County Stadium.
Oh, okay.
So, and they are straight up '90s era
I like
hats.
that.
Um, in fact, I can run grab one of those. But if I'll do that real quick. But that's what my side patch is
See,
like.
I'm not really like outside. No, there is a hat though, guys, and there's a couple of hats that I gotta buy this year, and that is because I don't have a team. Um, hat for the Charlotte Hornets, which is the NBA team here in North Carolina. I don't have a hat for them, so I am going to be looking most likely at a couple of dad hats, maybe some snapbacks when it comes to that. But I haven't decided yet on which ones I want to buy and not want to buy. So we'll see. But as far as side patches, Phil, I get it. I understand. There's like people, a lot of people do that. You know, they're very specific. Like for example, like the one that Donnie was talking about, the '96 World Series for the Yankees. Those are cool things, but I don't necessarily subscribe to that side patch thing, you know, and especially because for me, I wear mostly dad hats. Obviously, that's what I'm known as, the dad hat, right? So I don't subscribe to the notion of that. Like if it's a different side patch, that I have to get it. Now, because it is if it's like a new era, then at that point something is a little bit different, right? Those little fitted hats. Then when you see a patch, maybe, but I'm not a side patch guy.
They go. There's too many side patch hats now. They put too many dang side patches on them. There are some that I've gotten or I've seen
Yeah.
from, like you said, from New Era or like Mitchell and Ness and some of
Yep.
those.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
it's like sometimes the side patch is just too much. But these two are the ones that I bought from a street vendor. They're just little traditional snapbacks, but they're so 90s style.
Oh, that is super '90s.
Actually, I take this back. I didn't buy this one from Street Vendor because that says Champions on it. That's one I bought after they had won it. This is the one I actually bought. I think, yeah, this is the one I bought from a Street Vendor outside because it had both team logos on it.
Okay, I like
'96
that.
World Series, and it's got the MLB with the cross bat, and then on the back of it, it has the
I
logo.
like that.
But these are straight, 1996.
I was just talking about it. I don't know if you heard it, but like I am looking into getting some Charlotte Hornets hats because I don't have a Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, I've got this one here. This is a Mitchell and Ness that I found. I think I found this one on discount at Lids,
Yeah,
and this one's pretty cool. I don't necessarily like the new logo. I'm partial to the original,
so do
but
I. So do I. And I
it
haven't
was
seen
pretty cool.
any of the old logos on any of the 47 because that's the brand that I like.
Yeah,
I have not seen any of the old logo on there, but I'm waiting because if they do, woo baby.
yeah. I got this one. I've actually got a 5950 gray with the same logo on the front that I found at. I think I found it at Ross, as a matter of fact, like a couple years, maybe even a year ago.
But
And then I got the one with the NBA logo on it, but it's in the Hornets color. So that's all I've got. I used to have a couple of old uh, Hornets hats when they first got the team. I started supporting them, went to some games and stuff until they moved to New Orleans, and those hats have gotten lost along the way somewhere. I had a handful of hats that I don't know where they got to.
you know the first jersey I've ever owned, first NBA jersey I've ever owned.
What?
God, Johnson,
Oh,
number 2.
that's I still have that. It won't fit me now, but that's the only NBA jersey I ever bought.
Remember
Little Larry
him?
Johnson, number two.
Larry
Yeah,
Johnson. Oh my god, dude,
yeah,
I used to love watching Larry Johnson. Right?
yeah.
So
I can't rock an NBA jersey now.
I
And that
can't.
was
And
and
that
that
was
was
when you had to wear like a white t-shirt underneath and
yeah,
then the jersey. That was me. I had an NBA jersey. I don't wear NBA jerseys. Actually, I don't wear that many jerseys to be honest with you.
yeah,
Um, I'm more of a t-shirt or a hoodie when it comes to wearing those things. But I do have my jerseys. I do have a Carolina Hurricanes jersey, which we'll talk about here in a minute because they are 5-0, guys.
yeah.
I don't have Panthers anything actually. So I gotta get some stuff, man. I gotta get some. I'll start getting a couple of things for those specific teams here in North Carolina. But other than
Right.
that, I'm out on everything else. I do need an MLS one.
Yeah, I do too. I've got one hat for Charlotte FC, a dad hat that I got. I think I found it maybe at Lids as well or something.
See, there's
But
none over here up in Raleigh.
and yeah, and sometimes you go on the website for the team and their merch is just not that great either.
Right. Exactly.
Especially with stuff like MLS. I mean, like minor league baseball. that's a whole other level right there because that's what
Mhm.
they're used to doing and all the variations that they have. Some of these teams that the soccer teams, NFL teams, NBA teams, they're all just kind of to me they're all just kind of bland.
Yeah, and
Nothing.
that's the whole thing, like,
They don't have like all these cool alternatives and stuff.
the last couple of years, they have been so bland for me when it comes to that kinda thing.
Or there's too
Uh,
much going on with it. It's like I
yeah.
just want a simple hat with a simple logo on it.
Yeah, just give me so yeah, exactly. Like, for example, you're Mitchell and Ness. This is why I'm not really a Mitchell and Ness kind of person, just because of they got too hard. You know what I mean? And they've never really fit me correctly, so I've never been one of those. I was like, I'm all right. I
Yeah,
can deal
this
without it.
was just a plain snapback, so it's nothing.
Yep.
I have some of their fitteds in some different things. I love their some of their Negro League stuff that they do because they put the
Yes.
Negro League
Yes. Yes.
logo
They
on the
are
back.
big on that. Yes.
And those are pretty good. But sometimes Mitchell and Ness they go overboard with the side patches too, and it's just like it's too
There
much.
you go, Phil. That's to your point. They sometimes go a little too much on that. So,
Yeah.
all right, but let's get back to the Carolina. Some of the things that we were just talking about. However, we got to talk about a little something here. Carolina got to clean it up on the penalties. 6 penalties for 45, which is not bad, not bad. All right, because we've had some games where they have been a lot worse, but they did dominate in that section because of for the Jets they've only had 5 for 26 yards. Okay,
The
everything
third
else,
the third down is where they again the sacks and third down penalty or third down efficiency is
yep.
why they didn't win that game by a lot more yesterday.
Other
They're
than
only
that,
5 for
they
17.
won. They dominated, completely dominated. Even
Because
time of
fourth down they
possession.
were 3 out of 4. When they went for it on fourth down,
Yeah,
they're pretty good. Third down, not so much. And they only they had 17 first downs to 12. So I mean it shouldn't have been as evenly matched. Now I'll say this, the Jets still have a pretty good defense.
it's their
Um,
offense is absolutely atrocious.
The offense is horrible. Saleh had built a pretty good defense. They just never had any offense. And the defense last year didn't. The defense got him fired last year because they didn't play like they should have. But well, the defense and the offense, I
I was
guess,
just gonna say,
combined.
all overall, the
But
whole team was just bad.
I mean, the offense was bad, but he was working on it. But his defense last year cost them a lot of games, and
Yep.
defense should have been the one thing that was good for them. So we'll see where they go with that. But yeah, the problem for the Panthers is they've got a couple of games coming up next that,
Oof.
yeah, they've got a little bit of a, as we like to say, a gauntlet coming up for themselves the next couple of games because they've got, oh shoot, I had it right here and I
They
just
got the
lost
Bills next,
the Bills and the
the Packers.
Packers, and then I
Well,
think
see, here's
they've
the
got
thing,
a
though.
couple of
They could
division.
end up being 4-5
Yeah,
by the time this all said and done. All right, so 4-5. But then here's the thing, though. You get a very winnable game in the New Orleans Saints, so then you can jump right back up to 500 at that point. The
well,
Falcons, that's a tough one. Another one. Michael Penix has been playing great. They did lose last night. And then you
and
got
the
the
Packers
49ers.
game actually is not going to be as daunting as I thought it was going to be either because the Packers are looking a little more average than I expected them to.
Our friend Eric Prophet is going to probably hate us on this, but I'm with you there, right? Because we were just talking about it last night. It's like, like they're they're letting teams in when they shouldn't be, right?
Yeah,
And I'm like, I was a little surprised on how like they're not as dominant as I thought. The defense is playing great, but then I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is about the Packers. Like I want them to be better.
yeah,
I just think they're more of a middle of the road team right now.
and they're 4-1, so it's not like they've got a bad record. But I mean,
No, I know.
they barely beat the Cardinals. They barely beat the Bengals, albeit Joe Flacco, going over there. I mean, they lost to your Browns. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a weird one.
that yeah, that's a deceptive 4-1. I mean, they barely
He did say though. I'll give credit to Eric. This is like
and they
Ed.
tied. They have a tie.
Yeah, they do with the Cowboys.
Like I said,
Uh,
4-1-1, but
right. So he did tell me that like Ed, this Browns game is going to be the Browns are. I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns win, which they ended up winning. So he was right about that one. I'm like, I honestly didn't see it coming. I'll give him
yeah. I mean,
credit
they
for
only
that
scored
one.
10 points. That was a 13-10 game.
Yeah.
So. And that was
Right.
with Flacco as well. So,
That was with Flacco as well. So which, by the way, Flacco just slinging it against the Steelers, another team that we don't know if it's. I don't know what to think of the Steelers. I think the Steelers are taking advantage of the fact that like the division is so bad in the AFC North,
yeah.
right? It's such a bad division. I think it might be the worst in the in the NFL right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Bengals are in second place at 3-4, so
Jesus, that's
that's
just
pretty
bad.
bad. Yeah.
So there you go. So kudos again to the Panthers. They did win the game that they needed to win. They should have won the game, and they did. By the way, really quick, AFC North, Pittsburgh at number one in the division, then the Bengals at 3-4, then the Browns at 2-5, and then in last place the Baltimore Ravens
Who would
at
have
one.
seen
And
that coming? The
I
Ravens
would have.
won. Oh
Jesus.
man.
Anyways, but just wanted to make sure that we touch on again on the NFC South, which is the Carolina Panthers. They are second in the division. Atlanta lost last night, so that did help the Carolina Panthers move up in that division. And then you got the New Orleans Saints, which, by the way, not a good team.
No, not at
Not
all.
a yeah. I there's so many things I could say about the New Orleans Saints, but Carolina Panthers, they're holding their own, which I'm very happy for. Thank you for at least winning the game that you're supposed to win.
Absolutely.
Here's my thing. Let's touch on the New York Jets really quick because right now they're 0-7, and now you got two games that are could be very winnable for you. And I'm going to put my Browns there. All right,
Right.
because you got the at the Bengals and then at home against the Browns. You could win one of those games and then finally be able to get yourself out of the because they're still the only winless team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I mean, they actually have a favorable schedule most of the way outside of the Patriots who are doing good. I mean, they've got the two games you just mentioned, then
The
they've got the
Ravens,
Patriots, but the Ravens are horrible. The Falcons,
the
Dolphins are
Dolphins.
Dolphins are atrocious. The Jaguars started good. You don't know what you got there. Then they got the Saints, the Patriots again, and the Bills. So I mean, even as bad as the Jets are, there's 4 or 5 games
Yep.
that they could win, but that's all they're going to get. Which I mean, I'll take 4 or 5 wins if I've got none right now. If I'm them,
With the and listen, I don't know why you guys signed Justin Fields to that contract. Justin
that,
Fields is not the answer. He is
nah, he's done.
well, yeah, he needs to be done, and then
Yeah,
just go in and draft yourself a quarterback in the draft. Like you're gonna hold most likely the top seed in the draft. Stay there. I don't want to say you're gonna just lose the rest of the games because you know what I mean, but
yeah,
you're gonna tank and you better tank good because you're gonna then at that point get yourself a quarterback in the NFL draft. And it's supposed to be a
yeah.
good quarterback class. That's what they're all the experts are saying that it's supposed to be a good quarterback class. So there's that.
If they start him any more games this year, those will be the last starts he gets anytime soon.
If
I
I'm
don't see
if
anybody starting him next year
I was just
anywhere.
gonna say who the hell is gonna start Justin
No,
Fields after that?
he might be a serviceable backup to somebody with that is a similar style. I mean, I could see somebody like the Ravens possibly picking him up as a backup to Lamar just because they have a similar
Same
athletic style.
style, yeah.
But outside of that, I think he's done. His days are done as a starter.
That's sad, right? Because I like to he came out of Ohio State, you know,
Yeah.
but you don't get a lot of good quarterbacks coming out of Ohio State. That you just don't.
Nah.
I mean, they're known for like their defense, so you get a lot of good defensive players and offensive line, wide receivers. But when it comes to quarterback play, nope, you're not going to get a good quarterback out of Ohio State.
I mean, it's the same with Alabama. I mean, Bryce Young came out of Alabama, but before that, think of all the championships Saban won at Alabama. Who are his quarterbacks? I mean, they're
Correct.
guys like McElroy. I mean, they're not
Tua.
guys Tua. I mean, they're not guys that are doing anything in the
Correct.
NFL. So
All right, so that is your NFL talk, guys. Again, you know, I'm happy that the Panthers won the game that they were supposed to win. They should have won by more, but you know what? We'll take the win. Win's a win, right?
yep.
So we'll see. All right, moving on. This weekend we had some college football games, right? Uh,
Did we really? I don't know if I'd call those games.
I wouldn't call them games either. Not so good
They're
for
ass whippings, maybe.
right. Not so good for North Carolina and South Carolina when it comes to games. And we're going to start with a Friday night game where the North Carolina Tar Heels went on to California to play Cal, and they came up short.
Do you realize that none of the Power Four, Power Four,
Team,
South Carolina, North Carolina teams won?
not a single
None of
one.
them, not a single one of them. And
I know.
I mean, I guess Wake Forest and NC State maybe won because they had a bye.
Oh,
But
I feel great that they won
that
just by
was,
default because they didn't play.
exactly, they didn't play, so they didn't lose. But yeah,
Uh,
UNC lost that game in horrific fashion. They had that game. I mean, you fumble the ball at the goal line. You know the I mean, you're ready to give Bill his this signature win on the road, kind of
and you
quiet all
fumble.
the talk, and you've got the touchdown. And it's like, how do you not secure that like it's a child and you're going over the cliff and you're just trying to hold that baby so he doesn't get hurt? I mean, you get the goal line and fumble it. Like, that's crazy. These
I,
kids just don't hold on. It's not like he was showboating. It's just he did not secure the ball with two hands like you should if you're getting hit at the
yep.
goal line.
And that's the problem right there, right? Like, I mean, we talk about like there's no discipline. There's like some of the you're like we're like guys, we got to do the little things.
Exactly.
We got to do the little things in order to just to get better. But I don't know, for some reason they just did not, and it showed. So again, North Carolina's 2-4. Um, I'm still gonna hold. Let's just wait a year to see how it goes. I don't think that there's going to be any changes at head coach anytime soon, just because they're not letting any of the talk outside of North Carolina out of Chapel Hill, so they're going to continue with Bill Belichick, which is fine. I mean, listen, you do what you do. So
Yeah, that I hadn't really heard anything this weekend after that game either, but there's so many other things going on. I mean, we'll see when we get into this week what
yeah,
the sports talk gets into. But I mean, they were competitive. It's Cal, so it's kind of a double edged sword. They're competitive against a team that's not very
I
competitive.
was just gonna say congratulations. Another bad team.
Exactly, but
So
yeah. So both North Carolina and Duke only scored 8. It was funny, they both had 18 points, which is an odd number
yeah,
when it comes to scoring. But yeah, Georgia Tech beat Duke 27-18.
Duke was in it for like a quarter,
Yeah, and
two
Duke's one
quarters.
of
I'll
those
give him
other
two.
teams that's like you thought they were gonna. They kind of came out like they were going to be a little better, and they're just sort of kind of falling back into place here.
Yep, 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 yep. Exactly. So
Uh, Gamecocks, they lost, which I didn't think they were gonna.
I didn't think they were gonna win either.
I didn't think they were going to win. That's the first of their gauntlet of teams coming up as well, and uh, I mean, they got so many different problems. But I mean, Sellers only had 124 yards. Uh, 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 Oklahoma had 100 plus
Mm.
more yards of offense. And again, turnovers. South Carolina had 2 turnovers. Oklahoma had none. So I mean, turnovers
Turnovers,
uh,
turnovers, turnovers. We keep talking
and
about that.
just like we talked about with the Panthers, they had 2 turnovers. They were 3 of 15 on third down conversions, and they only had 124 yards passing out of their quarterback. Just they just didn't do what you should do to win. I mean, again, Oklahoma's a much better team anyway.
When you got Sellers 17 for 25 with only 124 yards, and you average 5 yards, dude, that you can't win like that.
He had -9 yards rushing on 14 carries as a quarterback, and his longest
You're
run
not
was
gonna win that.
he had a run of 33 yards and still ended up with -9. So,
Yeah, sorry, Phil. Your
oh,
Gamecocks.
that's just the first of Phil's worries this morning. We'll get to the other one.
Yeah, there might be a one team with an F on there.
hmm
Possibly.
I think
Uh,
their initials are addressed to Phil as
yeah,
a fan.
they told them to F.
I think they told the fans if you.
Yeah. Um,
Um, but
Go
anyway,
ahead.
as I say, anyway, Gamecocks they've got a lot of work to do. I think I jokingly put out to you guys the over under for them for me the rest of the season's 4.5, and they have 3 wins. So
That's
we'll see
not
where they
good.
get. Yeah, I don't know. As a Clemson guy, I want to take the under on that, but we'll see because the way we played, and they might get the over on that against us. Who knows? But yeah, Clemson again losing 35-24 to SMU. Vizina. So Cade was out with an ankle injury, which instantly made me think, oh my god, we're going to get killed. Vizina hasn't really had an opportunity to play except just in some mop up last year when we were blowing somebody out,
Hmm.
which we're not doing this year. But he actually played pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised at Vizina. He was 29 of 42, 317 yards and 3 touchdowns. And you think, oh my gosh, with that stat line, and he had 35 yards rushing as well. Um, that they won, right? No, they
Mm,
didn't
nope,
win.
they did not.
um,
QBR 48.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, he played well. It just they made mistakes.
I was
Um,
just gonna say, yeah. Listen, I think it was a little too late because at the end, uh, the Mustangs they scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, and then that's what really did you guys over at that point.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this was a fairly evenly matched game. I mean, we only had 2 penalties for 9 yards as well, so penalties didn't even kill us.
Yeah,
We had one fumble lost, but we also got an interception, so that was kind of even. Time of possession was even 21-20 on first downs. We were 8 of 19 on third down, 1 of 2 on fourth down. The problem is we allowed 4 sacks. 4 sacks, and we gave up big plays to them. We gave them a 70-yard touchdown. They hit 3 field goals of our goals of 48, 48, and 51. So they got a kicker for sure.
yeah.
Uh, this I kind of felt this game was going to be sort of an evenly matched game. I mean, we both played for the ACC championship last year, and SMU hasn't been tearing it up this year. But I kind of thought this was sort of an evenly matched game, and it played out that way. It's just like you said, we gave up some points where we shouldn't have, especially early that first touchdown. We shouldn't have given. I mean, there's no way you let him get a 70-yard play. Just that's a dagger right there.
I was just gonna ask you. Let me ask you this because I want to know your point, your stands on this because obviously you're a Clemson guy. You know, you're a Clemson alum. In your heart of hearts, do they play for the ACC championship?
Not this year. No way. If they do, it would be a miracle if they did. It would be a miracle. I'll take it. I don't see it happening. There's no
Okay.
way. Not they got 4 losses. I mean,
Yeah, they're
but
bad
they're,
losses too.
they're bad losses. Um, and again, they're not all conference losses either. But yeah, I just don't see. Uh, let's see. Let's go look at the standings. Yeah, I mean we're 2-3 in the conference. No, I mean Georgia Tech's and Virginia. I mean
Georgia Tech
SMU.
looks good, dude.
I mean SMU's right up there now. Beating us kind of put them ahead. I mean Duke's 3-1, so their one loss this weekend um, keeps them down a little bit.
Yeah, because
Louisville got a big win. I mean they jumped up to 2-1 in the conference with that win. So there's too many teams ahead of us for that to
you
even
got
be a problem.
Miami that low, and they're 5-1.
Yeah, I'm like, wow. So, um,
Right now, if it all stands, the ACC championship will be what? Georgia Tech, Virginia.
yeah, I mean, Miami. Yeah, Miami was ranked number 2 in the country and lost to Louisville. And right now in the ACC standings, they're behind Stanford, Cal, and Louisville because
Holy
they're only
moly!
1-1 in the conference. But yeah, that was a bad loss for Miami right there.
I mean,
I
you
still think it's going to come down to Miami and Georgia Tech or Virginia. I think one of those, two of those 3 teams will play for the ACC championship
yeah,
ultimately.
guy. Have you looked at the college football rankings?
I have not this morning. Let me pull that up real quick.
I'm
So
gonna I'm gonna tell you the top 10. Start at the bottom. Vanderbilt. They went up 7 spots, dude.
They have been underrated.
Very
They
underrated.
have been very underrated to me.
Miami dropped 7 spots. Ole Miss dropped 3 spots. Georgia Tech went up 5 spots
Yep.
at number 7. Number 6, Oregon, they went up 2 spots. Georgia went up 4 spots. Alabama, listen, we can hate on Alabama, but they've been playing, and they've
Yeah.
been playing good. Number 3, Texas A&M.
Wow.
Then you got number 2 at, Indiana, and then number 1, Ohio State. I don't know who gave a number 1 6 voters gave Indiana number 1 vote. I'm sorry. They're great, they're winning, but right now Ohio State is the best team in college football.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate to say that, but you're
I
right.
know because 'cause you're not
I
an
can't
Ohio
stand
State
it.
guy.
I can't
You're
stand
not
it.
a Buckeyes, right?
My
But
brother Adrian loves them. I don't know how growing up in the Bay Area of California, he
all
became
the
an
way in, and he's an Ohio State fan?
well, he's like me, and we didn't grow up together, but like I'm a big Yankees fan mainly because I became a Don Mattingly fan of all
Yeah.
people. He, for whatever reason, became an Eddie George fan, and he
Ah,
absolutely loves Eddie George like I love Don Mattingly.
so is he
So
a fan of Bowling Green right now?
probably so. I haven't talked to him about that, but I'm sure he's following Bowling Green as well. But
You
he
should,
he
right? I mean,
loved
Bowling Green, the MAC
yeah.
team.
Anytime he mentions Ohio State, he mentions Eddie George, like I mentioned Don Mattingly with the Yankees.
I
That's
got you. Alright, cool. Hey, listen, BYU went up 4 spots. There's a couple of things here that I'm looking at. They're like, okay, Illinois made it back into the rankings. They're number 23. Michigan, I don't know why they're ranked. I don't think they're that good.
because they're Big
Uh,
Ten.
yeah, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. LSU dropped. That's the biggest drop that they've had. Dropped 10 spots, dude.
Yeah, I think they. I mean, I'll say this: I mean, they beat Clemson. They shouldn't have beat us. They haven't looked good in any of the wins that they've gotten, but they've gotten the wins. They
I
beat
put
South
that on the
Carolina. They
I
beat
put that on the
Clemson.
coach.
Yeah, I mean, they have been overrated all year long, including after they beat us. I mean, it was a close game. We should have won that game, but it was a non-conference game for both. So
Yeah.
they got the advantage. They got the because it was the first game of the season. They got the advantage of beating a number 4 team that's not a number 4 team. Clemson's obviously not a number 4 team this year.
Mhm.
So it looked like a bigger win, and the sorrier we've played, the less that win looked good. Same with South Carolina. South Carolina started the season at number 10 team, and they beat them last week. You're beating teams that aren't
Mhm.
that good, but it makes you look good because of where they're at. And I think LSU is finally the poll guys are just like, yeah, they're really not that good.
They're finally realizing it's like, oh, sure, they're really not that good. Listen, it's what the top 12 make it to the playoffs right now in
Right, and
college
they lost.
football.
Right, and they lost to Vanderbilt, who Vanderbilt at 17 this past week was very underranked, in my opinion, for what
But they've
they've
been
done.
underranked, like you were saying. It's like they've been underranked all season.
Yeah, and which is surprising because the poll people love an SEC team and they love an SEC
They
story.
love an SEC team as long as it's the right SEC
Well,
team.
you're right. You're right. As long as they're a blue blood,
Exactly.
absolutely. Um,
Sorry, Patrick. I love you,
look
buddy.
who's here.
I love
Here's
you.
Billy.
I know you're an LSU fan, and
I
you
love
are.
the winking emoji. He
I
knows
know, right? He
he's
does it.
joking.
And for all of you guys who don't know, like you guys got to follow him. MLB Head History, great content that he puts out there. He also has another page where he talks on nothing about Chelsea football, soccer.
Yep.
So guys got to make sure you follow him. He is a great follow. He's also an LSU fan, and then congratulations to his Toronto Blue Jays. They were able to tie it up last night.
Yeah, game 7 tonight.
Game 7. That's gonna be woo, baby. I'm excited for that.
Same here.
So, but
But yeah, LSU they've got A&M and Alabama their next 2 games, so they're going to be out of the rankings next week. There's no way they're beating Alabama, and
yeah.
excuse me, they're beating A&M this coming week, and then
He,
Alabama. So.
another one that not a lot of people are talking about, which is Texas A&M. Don Mattingly's.
I know that's the one thing that that's the one thing that gets me. Um, I'm, I, yeah, I've got to pull for the Jays. Beat the Yankees, but I got to try to pull for the Blue Jays because of Don Mattingly. I want Don Mattingly to get that ring.
Let me ask you because this is something that I find it very funny. It's like I made a video that there's only been 4 times where there has been all West Coast World Series. Only 4 times in history, right?
Yep.
Last time was the Anaheim Angels. If his Patrick Blue Jays don't win, we're gonna have an all West Coast World Series again.
Yeah.
And this time will be the first time where a team that's never been to the World Series will make it.
I'm going to say this. I love the story of the Mariners, and I thought this was the year for that story to play out. If they get into the world, if they were to win tonight, Dodgers are going to blow them away. They'll be lucky to win a game. I'm sorry.
The
I think the
Dodgers
Blue
are
Jays have a much better chance of beating the Dodgers than the Mariners do. Mariners they're on fumes right now. They really are.
Dodgers are no joke, though.
Dodgers are no joke right now. But
What's his name from the Padres? Manny Machado. Did you see what
yeah,
he said?
I did not.
He was like, the only reason why the Dodgers are advanced is because they got the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oh, come on. The Milwaukee Brewers had the best record in baseball.
Manny Machado has very short term memory because the Milwaukee Brewers were the best team all year.
Exactly.
The
They
Padres were supposed to be a better team, and they said the reason why you lost is because of your seeding. That's just loser mentality.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to the Padres last year when they played the Dodgers? Y'all didn't take them down, so
No.
shut up, man.
So Manny Machado, I'm sorry, go on vacation.
Exactly.
Just go on vacation like the rest of us. You're done. It's over with. So please
Yep.
stop making yourself look worse.
Exactly.
Anyways, listen, getting back to North Carolina football again, guys. Thank you for joining us on the Breakfast Sticks. I am Ed the Deadhead, also here, my friend Donnie the Mayor. We're talking North Carolina, South Carolina sports. We're talking Carolinas here, okay? Every Monday morning from 6 to 7, we are going to be talking about anything and everything that is Carolina sports. So I want to touch on something that we've been talking about, and it's a little bit of FCS. And I'm going to give you the floor because I know you made some notes on this game. I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, the Wofford Furman game.
I had Wofford winning.
Yeah, I mean Furman's lost the last 2 games. They've given up. Let's see, where is my notes here? They've given up 83 points in the last 2 games and only scored 20.
Yikes!
That's pretty bad for 2 games. It's just one of those things where it's like,
welcome back, Phil.
yeah, there he is. You know, it's funny. Furman, I thought Furman had a good team, but I mean, they lost to Wofford, who's a bad team. I mean, Wofford got their first win last week, and they got their second win this week. Now, I'll give Furman a pass on their loss last week, which was their first loss to Western Carolina, because
can't give him a pass on this one now.
Not on this one. This was a bad. I mean, you should have come in and beat Wofford, especially after getting the beat down that they got from Western Carolina. You have to bounce back against a bad team like Wofford, and you did not. So that's on you. But speaking of Western Carolina,
Trey Hatton, really quick here, 27 out of 39, 257 yards. Here's the thing that stands out to me the most: 3 INTs.
Yeah, turnovers will kill you every time.
That's where you're. I mean, you cannot. If you're the starting quarterback, you cannot have 3 interceptions and expect to win.
Exactly.
Whew.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so
continue on.
So the thing that let's see, I'm sorry, I'm grabbing my notes here in front of me. So speaking of Western Carolina, just to transition off of Furman, I don't want to pile on Phil, but they got to get it together. But speaking of Western Carolina, I looked at Western Carolina beat the Citadel 45-38. Western Carolina's 5-3, and I knew they were playing pretty good. I had to go back and look. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened in their first 3 losses? They made a change at quarterback after the third game. They were 0-3 to start the season. their first two quarterbacks were a sophomore and a freshman. The first quarterback, Bennett Judy, was 50 of 83 for 420 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions in the first 3 games. And Isaac Lee was 30 for 50 with 263, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and they went 0-3. They lost. They were outscored in the first 3 games, 131-86. They changed quarterbacks to Dickens. Dickens has gone just in the game against the Citadel this weekend. Dickens was 28 of 33 for 369 yards and 5 touchdowns. On the season, in the games that they went five, they've gone on a 5-0 run now. They've outscored their opponents 212 to 136. Dickens has just annihilated these
Shout
teams
out
they
to the
put in.
Citadel, though. I mean,
But
they
where
made it interesting at
they
the
did,
end.
they did make it interesting. But where where was this kid the first 3 games, and why was he not starting to start the season? Because for whatever reason,
He's
they were
turned it
like,
up.
he has. He is lighting it up right now.
At this
And
point, you're like, hey, kid, you're our starting quarterback for the rest of the season.
yep,
Um,
it's
don't
it's
F it up.
crazy. Exactly. So
So,
that Western Carolina has turned it on. Presbyterian's another one, another local team. They're 7-0. They took down Stetson, not a good team, 42-7.
I was just going to say, Stetson's is not a good team at all.
Speaking of Western Carolina, I texted you guys last night too. I'm interested in going to that Western Carolina Mercer game. That's going to
Yeah,
be I think that's going to be a pretty good game because Mercer's playing pretty well too.
they
I'd
are.
love to go see this kid play. Um, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get to it or not, but I was like, let me circle that date and kind of keep an eye
Just
on that.
keep an eye on that one just in case.
Yeah, if it works out, I mean, it's only like a 2.5 hour drive for me up near Asheville to go to Western Carolina, so that's a possibility. Just
All
like
right.
Presbyterian, I'd like to catch a Presbyterian game to see these guys because they're playing pretty good. And then just a couple other scores real quick. East Carolina beat Tulsa 41-27, and they're doing okay. 4-3, nothing great, but they're hanging in there.
Correct.
And then Charlotte lost to Temple 49-14, and they fired their AD this weekend after
Good.
7 years. So yeah, they're not doing too good, and they're like, you know what, we need to change not just coach but AD as well. So
But did you know that Davidson College had a football team?
yes, Davis.
Eh,
I didn't write down what they had
They
done.
got walloped 45 nothing.
Did they? Because I think that I had seen they've been getting walloped. Actually, I don't think they're very good.
Yeah, they got
Um,
walloped 45 nothing. There was another one that I wanted to touch on, if you don't mind. My boys down the road.
Camel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do too good either. I wasn't going to mention it, but if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, they lost 24-10. That's the one that I want
I
to
try
go
to
see at
focus on the
football game.
positive, Ed, not the
No, listen, we gotta call it a spade, man. You know,
true.
and so we're gonna cover Carolina. We gotta cover the good and the bad, and then the bad was Camels. They were not good. My breakfast steak says that the worst team this week was Davidson, who yeah, not good.
Not good.
I don't
Oh
think
man.
I don't think we've missed any other scores, did we?
No, not really in the college. I mean, there's a couple of other like Charleston
Smallest,
Southern or some of
yeah,
these other smaller schools again, there were a lot of other schools that didn't win, so I just didn't drop them on the list because
true
they're not
story.
really. These are the primary ones that are good stories right now too. So uh,
Speaking of, and I think we should end this with a good note. The Carolina Hurricanes. They are currently, my guys, 5-0. They are
yep,
5-0. They are going to play a really, really, really good Vegas Knights team tonight at 10 o'clock. I will probably be sleeping by then. I'll watch the highlights tomorrow. But they are going to be playing that. They are right now. They won the last 3. They went to the San Jose Sharks. They beat them 5-1. Went to Anaheim and beat the Ducks 4-1, and then the Kings, they were winning most of that game, and they actually had to win that one in overtime because they let the Kings come back on that game, and I was a little surprised with that one. I was like, oh, okay, we're going to let the Kings come back, but because Carolina was up 3-0, and then they let them score the last 3 goals, 2 in the second period, 1 in the third period, and then finally Carolina scored in overtime. But that
That's
was
rough
awesome.
when you're up and you start giving up goals, and it's like, oh man, that's the worst thing in hockey to me. It's just like soccer. We're not gonna get into soccer today,
Oh,
but
I don't want to talk
Charlotte.
about it right now.
Yeah, I mean Charlotte FC won their match on Saturday, their last regular season match. So they're they're fourth place, and
They
playoffs
got
start.
that one locked down.
Yeah, playoffs start next week for that. So we'll get into that when they get into the playoffs a little bit. But speaking of hockey, real quick, just to mention for the weekend, Charlotte Checkers opened up their home stand this weekend. They were 1-1 in the on the road to start the season. Rhonda and I went to the game Friday night, which they won 6-2. Absolutely fantastic atmosphere. One of our former players from last year's playoff team that almost won the championship was playing for the Iowa Wild. But the Checkers swept the Wild this weekend. They won 6-2, 4-1. And they've got another homestand coming up this coming Friday and Saturday against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins.
Who the
So
Penguins? I
yeah,
like
so
that.
they're 3-1 right now, and this team, last year they made the Calder Cup. They were within a game or two of winning the championship. Um, this team looks so much better right now. The passing so much. They look younger, more spry. Again, it's beginning of season. They're not worn out yet. But
Yeah.
last year's team, after seeing them in person Friday night, I just get a feel this team has a little more energy. Maybe has a lot more younger players, and that they're crisper with everything. Their movement, their aggressiveness. I mean, I'm excited for the Checkers this season.
There you go. So those are your Carolina sports scores and your biggest highlights for this week. Give me something. Give me a take that you're looking for. Something that you're looking forward to for this week, as far as anything sports related, my friend.
Again, I'm just like baseball. I'm excited for the World Series to get started. I know that's not really anything to do with the Carolinas, but
No, no, that's fine.
I'm excited for that. And I'm just hoping that the Panthers continue their good run, and somehow the Tigers try to get back on track with some games here, and don't totally lose this season. It's it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, come on. So we've got a bye coming up this week again, so that'll help us get some injuries out of the way. But yeah, it's just Dabo's got to get something done. I know your feelings on him, and
uh, I'm not. I'm not gonna. I was going to not say anything this week.
yeah, we've got after coming out of the bye, we've got Duke, Florida State, and Louisville left in the conference. So Duke and Florida State, which Florida State may not have their coach by the time we play them in a few weeks. So we'll see what happens. But hopefully we can get a couple more wins there. Sorry, Phil. Hopefully we're going to beat the mess out of Furman, but I don't know. In South Carolina to finish out the season. So Louisville right now is the one big game that, and it's at Louisville. I
Correct.
mean, I don't think we've got a chance in that game. I hope we do, but we need to get at least 4 out of these 5 as wins to get a bowl game and salvage something out of this season and move on to next year.
Something that I'm looking forward to. It is the MLS. The playoffs officially start on Wednesday. We got a couple of matches. You got Chicago against Orlando, and then Portland against Real Salt Lake. By the way, if you guys didn't know, usually you would have to have the season pass for MLS on Apple TV. They are bypassing that this week, this playoff, so you will be able to watch those games now for free through Apple TV for the playoffs for Major League Soccer. So just so you guys know, it Apple decided that they are going to bypass the season pass. So just
Well,
so you
that's
guys
good. I
know.
want to watch some of these other teams, and the Charlotte FC opens their playoff a week from Tuesday, a week from
Correct.
tomorrow, on the 28th at home. They're playing a 3-game series against New York. So
I
we'll
got
see
I
how they
got
do.
I feel good about that matchup. We'll talk about it as we get next week, and on Monday we'll talk about that a little bit more because I want to go dive into this one. But I'm feeling good about it, man.
Yeah, the bracket they're in, though, if they win that series, the bracket they're in is they'll face the winner of the Philadelphia and wild card team. So they could turn around and end up playing Philadelphia, who's the number one team, again in the next round. But
It's a good bracket.
yeah, they beat them this weekend, but who knows? Philadelphia could have just been like, we're already number one. We don't really have to play hard. I don't know.
Yeah, Philly. Yeah, because it could be either Chicago or Orlando. So
Yeah,
it could things could be very interesting. This is good about to get excited, and then obviously you got some of the perennial clubs. You got Columbus that's in there. You got Cincinnati that's in there. Miami made it.
yeah,
Miami's in there. So I'm Seattle, another one, another team. Portland. So Portland is a wild card this year though, which is interesting.
yep. Yeah, I'm
So
going to get into some more MLS as I've been getting more into soccer. I went and watched my first Bundesliga game on Saturday at the German Brewery with some guys from the local chapter of Bayern Munich.
so
So
so that is your team.
that's my team, Bayern Munich.
All
Yep.
right.
I talked to some of those guys. I said I want to know that because they are the official South Carolina chapter for Bayern Munich. They filled out all the paperwork. He told me, it's like, we are recognized as the official South Carolina chapter. I said, well, this is going to be my team. That's what I want. So
All right, there you go. Congratulations to picking your
I said,
Bundesliga team.
yep. You said you just need to tell me what I owe to get a shirt and what the secret handshakes are.
There you go. I love it. I am a Dortmund fan. So we'll
Oh
talk
well,
about that.
sorry about that. I didn't realize you were a Dortmund guy. So
I am a Dortmund guy.
sorry about the game the other day. Then
Yeah. Hey, thanks, buddy. Also, we talk about to join us to later on tonight. At
we'll talk more about that tonight.
Yeah, tonight at 8:30 p.m. we will be talking about all soccer, FCS football, some F1. We had an F1 race here in Austin yesterday, so join us for that. Same channels as you are watching right now. So much fun. Not.
I gave her the option Saturday. We can go to Charlotte for the Charlotte FC Philadelphia Union game, or we can go down to the brewery and watch the Bayern Munich game. And if Patrick's still on here, I hope he's proud that I'm pronouncing Bayern correctly instead of Bayern like I was.
It's
But
Bayern, yeah.
as Bayern, but yeah, Rhonda sat there. We both had the pork schnitzel sandwich, which was absolutely fantastic.
It looked good.
Yep, and I had me a nice big dark lager, Schwarzburger,
And you lost me there.
Schwarzbier. Schwarzbier. That was a very good dark lager. I can't even say it right.
So
She was a trooper. The cake, oh my god, the Black Forest cake.
yeah.
Oh man, that's to die for right there. That's a good cake.
Well,
She
there you
did
go.
enjoy that.
All right, well, boys, girls, again, thank you for joining us. We will be back on Monday at 6 a.m. We will be talking about Carolina sports. We'll have a couple of other takes as we go on, right? After all, this is called Breakfast Takes. He is the mayor. I am the dad. Make sure that you join us again tonight, 8:30 p.m. We'll be talking about other sports that are not the normal sports here in the United States. Tomorrow, 8 p.m. we will talk about Major League Baseball. We will talk about the NFL. Those are the major sports that we will be talking about. That
Division One college.
Division One college. We will be talking about that because there are some scores, and then we'll find out who won the picks on Tuesday. All right, guys. So thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit the follow button on all of our socials, so that way you're always in the know when something else drops and when we do go live. Because listen, we are starting on a Monday only, but who knows? If this goes the way it goes, I think it will. I think we might just add a couple more days. We'll see. So.
Gotta get this early more than one day a week.
Don't you love it? It's waking up early in the morning is a great thing, my friend. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm up at 4:45 every day. Oh, that's such a great thing. Guys, thank you for joining us. We will see you guys on Monday.
Bye.